Hey everyone, I hope this video finds you safe and well at home. And this video, I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna make for dinner tonight. My quarantine cuisine, which I can't take credit for that. My friend came up with that phrase and now I'm using it. So in this self-isolation, one of my new best friends is my freezer. And frozen lemons, frozen chicken, I have my frozen green beans, and these are with some pantry items. This whole meal is from stuff that I've had here for a while, and I'm really excited to show you guys how I'm gonna try to doctor it up and make it a really great, fresh gourmet meal. These lemons are frozen. I froze them whole, which was a total mistake. You're actually supposed to freeze them in wedges, which I didn't do. So, learning. So they actually defrost really quickly. So the last batch, I put them in some warm water. They defrosted, got a little soft, which wasn't ideal. So then I just juiced them right away into some lemon juice. And this, I mean, it was up to here, and I've been using it constantly. It's actually really awesome to have in your fridge. And these I put in the freezer probably a month ago. So the freezer has become my friend because these things just, it makes it, you know, as you guys know, the freezer just makes your food last so much longer, but it can change the consistency of your food. So I really like to have little tricks to kind of doctor it up. So starting with frozen chicken, this chicken we put in the freezer probably over a month ago, but I put these in the fridge last night. They're still a little frozen. So what I'm gonna do is put them in cold water and do it like in the video that I showed you guys, just to finish the thawing process. So what I'm gonna do with this is I'm going to bake it, because I feel like frozen chicken, sometimes the consistency does change. So I find that if you bake it, you know, because it kind of cooks, in, especially with this, with a little bit of champagne vinegar from my pantry, some lemon juice and garlic cloves, it cooks in this kind of sauce. And then the last time I made it, it actually turned out great. So that's why I'm sharing this recipe with you guys. And you didn't really notice that it was from frozen chicken, which is cool. Same thing with the green beans. So frozen vegetables do have a different consistency. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this into my green beans almondine, which is also a video I made for you guys earlier. So I'm gonna cook these up just like it says on the package, and I'm gonna add some sauteed and toasted almonds with some olive oil and butter. So that'll be the vegetable side. And then we have these potatoes that I've had for a while, just steam them, and they've been in my fridge. So tonight for dinner, I'm gonna chop them up, and onions, another great thing to have that lasts a while. I'm gonna add some chopped onion, some parsley, my Italian flat leaf parsley. This lasts for a while too in the fridge. You'd be totally surprised. And same with peppers. This meal is gonna be in stages. A lot of times when I'm working from home, like right now, I'm actually doing a lot of my book tour from home. So what I like to do is get everything ready to a certain point and then go work. And then when I come back from work, all I have to do is reheat or throw something in the oven. And this is a perfect example of one of those meals. So I'm gonna show you how I do that now. Okay, so that was amazing. I just filmed the whole part showing you guys how I did this, and I forgot to press record. So, awesome. Why don't I just talk you through what I did? So I took the chicken. I can't believe I did that. Welcome to milk brain, which is something where when you have kids and you're breastfeeding, you tend to kind of forget little things. Anyways, like pushing the record button. Okay, this is 3 chicken breasts in a casserole dish, okay? I did a 1/4 cup of lemon juice, I did a 1/4 cup of my champagne vinegar, 1/3 of a cup of olive oil, and I chopped about 5 cloves of garlic, and I put it all in here. And now I'm gonna wrap it and I'm gonna put it in the fridge. So then all I have to do is just pop it in the oven. I also put salt and pepper on the chicken breasts. So this is all prepped and ready to go in the oven. Hopefully I remember to turn the oven on. Amazing. Okay, so let's do the green beans now. Yikes. I'm getting some water boiling. I'm literally just gonna put these in there and cook them like it says on the bag, which is bring water to a boil, throw them in, cook them for 7 minutes. So while the water's boiling, I'm actually gonna chop my potatoes and get this thing all ready. so that I could just throw them in a pan and saute them quickly. I love having cooked potatoes because they are so easy to work with. Cut them in half, cut them in quarters, and then I cut them in half crosswise, and they become a really great size. And because I got these prepped the other day, I'm saving half an hour of my cooking time. Okay, good. I literally have to throw these in a pan with some onions and pepper and salt and pepper and olive oil and butter. Sorry, that's like 6 ingredients. But it's, you know, it's easy. It is easy. So these are cut up. So now, no, these are for the green beans. I'm going to cut up the onion now. Oh boy. Oh no. See, this happens when your vegetables, you know, when you hang on to them for a while. This is going to be a part of quarantine cuisine. Okay, let's see. Let's open it up and see what we got. I'm not just going to throw it out. I'm going to see if I can salvage some of this. Look, when I was a kid, we would go out to my grandmother's house and she would go dumpster diving, okay, and come back with iceberg lettuce and be like, it's okay, you just have to peel off the outside leaves. So I do not like throwing food away. But this is something where, you know, for yourself and your family, you just have to, you know, use common sense in terms of what is safe and what is not. These onions, I mean, this is perfectly good here, but the middle just got brown, so I'm going to take that out. No big deal. Especially in these times where we're really trying to preserve, it would be negligent of me to throw this away and not use it when it's perfectly good. Plenty of onion, probably too much. I'm actually just going to use this. And I'll throw this in a little baggie and use it for the next meal. Watch your fingies. Because I'm a little out of it, I'm like, you know, I have to be extra careful. When you're breastfeeding your kids and, you know, you're not sleeping, because I'm still in those early phases, it's like, it really does take it out of you. All worth it. Okay, so that water's starting to boil, and it's perfect timing. The only other thing I'm going to do to get the potatoes ready to cook, I'll just show you one, and so you can see how I'm going to do the rest of it. Normally, I peel my peppers, but these little mini ones are kind of hard to peel. And I cook with them a lot, and it's fine. This one, I'm just going to throw in like this. And it's still just as nice. So those, I'm going to mince them just like that. Cook them up with the onion. They'll get nice and sweet. I also like anything that adds color to a dish. So the fact that I have this little yellow one will be a really nice little pop of color in there with the red and the green with the parsley. And add them to the potato. Okay, we're going to take a pause on this and we're going to jump back to the green beans. Let me just put them in there. 1 second. I'm just going to go ahead and chop up a little bit of my parsley to add to it for color. And then that's literally ready to throw into a pan. I'll cook the onions and the pepper first so they get nice and sweet and translucent. Then I'll add the potatoes and the parsley. It's really easy. And this is already pre-washed. I already pre-washed it because, again, I've mentioned in other videos, whenever I have greens, I really like to pre-wash them because then it's easier to use them. If they're not pre-washed, it's just so easy to be like, nah, I'm not going to use it. So if they're washed and ready to go, it's just so easy to grab it out of the bag. Sounds like I might have to run in a second. I think the baby just woke up, but my husband is with him. Okay. I am just going to throw these onto my potatoes because it's all going in the same pan. So I actually only got this to a certain point because I have to go check on my baby and my husband. And this is just, you know, being a working mom. You just juggle as much as you can and get as much as you can done. And so, you can kind of squeeze everything in. So the great thing is that all this stuff is prepped to a really good point. My green beans are right here. I'm actually just gonna cut these in half. Because they're frozen, they tend to not be as sturdy as fresh green beans. So I find that if I cut them into smaller pieces, you don't really notice that as much. Whereas if you keep them in these long pieces, you can kind of tell that they were frozen versus fresh. So, but chopping these smaller helps. So those are all cooked and ready to go. The potatoes, these also are all ready to throw right into a saute pan once my call's finished. I have my almonds all chopped for my green beans, and the chicken just has to go into the oven. So I will see you guys soon to continue. And, okay, yeah, I gotta go. All right, bye. This is the chicken that I just took out of the oven. You know, you can kind of baste it in this little sauce, and then I'll slice it, drizzle a little sauce over it with some parsley, so that'll be really nice. Here we have the onions and the pepper cooking, and here we are toasting the almonds for the green beans almondine. Prep makes this a game changer because it makes it so much easier. Just added the potatoes. I'm gonna add a little bit more olive oil and butter, salt and pepper, heat all this up together, but see all those pretty colors? Okay, here's our finished version. We have our chicken, our potatoes, and our green beans almondine. It looks really beautiful. There's a lot of color. We used some pantry staples, some frozen ingredients, little quarantine cuisine, and I'm feeling really good about it. I hope you guys like this video. Subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications so you know when I put up a new one, and I'll see you guys next time. Stay healthy out there.